Hello and welcome to the Adventures of Drawing. I'll draw a little scene for you today using a variety of pencils, a smudging tool, and an eraser. So, without further ado, let's go right into this. So, the new camera did arrive, but I didn't have the time to set it up yet. Besides, I also need a microphone since it doesn't have a microphone integrated. So I'll either have to use still use the microphone on the old webcam and just use the footage of the new one, which I don't know if it's possible, but I'm going to try it for the beginning. But I do have a microphone lying around. It's somewhere in some container at my parents', so I would have to go get it. And yeah, once I pick that up and set that up, I will be able to stream with the new equipment. So for now, we still have to make do with the old camera, but it's all on its way. I'm working on it. So yeah, I'm curious myself as to how the drawings are going to turn out with the new camera, what's going to be visible. Curious about yeah, the quality of the stream, how it's going to be, how it's going to turn out. Also, I think you're going to notice the quality of the microphone as well then once that's set up. But yeah, that's still something that has to be done. Okay. What do we have here in our painting, in our drawing, is what I meant to say. I've been painting a little bit those days, so yeah, I'm getting confused as to what's drawing and what is painting. Anyway, I'm drawing the sky right here, making it nice and smooth with the smudging tool. Getting rid of the lines. And let's get a little cloud going on. Maybe up there. So with circular motions, I'm erasing an area in the sky. Picking up the eraser residue. And now I'll go in with the HB pencil. Let me get all this area completely white. Okay, say the sunlight comes from the top right. So we're going to have shadows at the bottom left. So I'm gonna draw those in right here, going across the bottom area of this cloud, and then defining the volumes. Right here. There's a larger volume right there. Maybe another one right here. Okay. Now let's go in with the smudging tool and soften those up. All right. Those ones up there, right here, and over there. Okay. Go across very lightly. All right. Now I could have just left out the horizon line for today, since I just want some hills right up here. And then something going on right here in the foreground. Maybe like so. Okay. Let me just give all this a value now. I'll just crosshatch this entire area. Where there's going to be ground. This is going to be the lightest volume, the lightest value there is. And from that point, once I've crosshatched it all, we're going to go darker to establish the shadow areas. All right. Right there. Now, with the sunlight coming from up here, the areas with an inclination to the right are lighter than areas with an inclination to the left. So that's the general rule that I'm going by for now, which means that all this in the foreground is going to be dark, and over here it's just this area right there that's inclined away from the sunlight, but this area right here has an inclination that is more to the sun than this area right here that points more up. You see, this points more up and right, and this points almost entirely up. So this is a little darker than this right here. Okay. Now we're getting to this area right here, so it's all going to be rather dark. Just filling this in again, making it a little darker. Get in right here, and I can just fill this in as well. Okay. And now I'll do the same thing I did right here, where the surface is inclined more to the left, the area is going to be even darker, and where it's inclined more upwards, it's a little lighter. So I'll give all those inclinations a value right here, pulling it down, extending it into the plane below this line, since we're thinking in surfaces and areas, and the inclination of this line is only the indication for me that I use to determine the entire inclination of the area below it. Okay, a little darker down here, little inclination right there. Let's maybe go across this way, make this area get larger as it goes down. Then we have a very small inclination right here. And just like this, we are getting our volumes of those hills. We can define and shape the volumes and make this entire scene nice and three-dimensional. Another inclination down here. There's one right here. This area is darker as well. Okay. Now let's get in some random areas where the inclination changes just a little bit. Some little darker area right here. Something maybe right there. Well, the terrain is a little steeper. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is get some lines in there. Some structures. I just want to give the impression of some detail back there on those hills. Okay, same thing goes for right here. And maybe on this one, we can see a couple of trees growing up here. So first, I'm just going to draw the tree trunks. Some growing over here. I'll make them not just in one line, but popping up from an entire area. So it looks like a couple of trees, not just one row all standing next to each other. They stand, of course, next to each other as well, but also behind each other and in front each other. So yeah, that's why you have to make them start on different positions on your piece of paper. All right. Now what I'm going to do is just get a couple of zigzag lines down those tree trunks, starting from the top, going down to the bottom. I'm making the trunks a little bit wider down here. Over there. This one right here, the one over there, this one, maybe over here for this darker area I'll use the 3B pencil to make them stick out. Okay, now let's continue with the branches on those trees over here. Let's go in there, in here, this one right here. Right there. Got a really tall fella over here. The branches go really wide into the other trees, overlapping over here. Over there, right here, this one right here, a smaller one right there, another one, large one right here, and this last one for this patch right there. Okay, now I'll go in down here. Those all come up from below this line. We don't even see the area they stand on. They disappear behind this elevation we are standing on. Okay, right there. Let's get those over here. The one up there. And now I'll switch to the 3B pencil. Trying to look for a wider area on this lead, since I don't want to make very thin, sharp lines. I want to make wide lines, since each line that I make is supposed to be the entire branch with all the needles that hangs on it as well. So each line I'm making here indicates an entire volume. In here, up here, this one down here, over there, in here, up there, all those trees poking out. Almost done now. Just going in here. Up there. This one right here. The one to the side. And this one right here. Okay. Now let's give those trees something to stand on. Some details on the ground. Just going across at the bottom, at the feet of those trees. Just something to stand on. Okay. Now I still want some detail in the ground right there, so I'll indicate some elevations over here and in there, just by cross-hatching a couple of areas. got a little fella on my piece of paper. Don't know where he came from. My windows are closed. Just a little roommate who lives in here with me. Okay, maybe like so. All right. Next thing is the details in the foreground. Let's have a couple of trees right here. I'm switching to the 3B pencil and I'm going to make some lines going up into the sky. Some starting down here, some starting at the very ridge of this area, some starting behind it. Maybe like so. Yeah. Now we have those are different types of evergreens than the ones standing in the midground. You see, I drew the branches going right to almost the ground level, but those ones right here in the front are going to have their branches at the very top. I want them to be a bit wider than this, maybe like this. And then the next thing I'm going to take account of for those trees right here in the front is that some of them are really close, which are the ones that I'm erasing the trunks for now, which I'm realizing now I should be doing later. First of all, I should be drawing those ones in the background. So let me erase a little area for the trunks of those. 1, 2, and number 3 right here. And so those 3 trees start to grow where this foremost inclination goes down the hill. And so we only see the middle of them from the middle of that trunk up to the top. And that's why we can see the tree tops. And we've got some branches growing there. Maybe like this. And then for this one, just a couple of branches as well. And for this one right here. Some branches going right towards us or away from us. Those appear very short. And then those going out to the side are going to be longer. Okay, next thing is making the tree trunk 3-dimensional. Just giving a shadow side on the left side of the trunk. Just like so. Okay, and now down there we're going to have those branches. And I'm doing almost the exact same zigzag motion that I do for those evergreens. Only now it's not the entire side of a tree. Now it's just one branch that I'm drawing. Missed one over here, like so. Okay, starting at the top right there, going in here, all those branches. Okay, and the third one up here. Just like so. Down there. Almost done now. That's it. Okay, now I have to erase those tree trunks in the front again. Get rid of the other evergreens that are behind them. Those branches they overlap with. But it's not a big deal. It's already done. You see? We make mistakes. And sometimes it's okay to leave them in. Sometimes you can correct them. Okay. Now I'm also just extending this shadow area on the left of a tree trunk. Leaving a light area on the right. This one right here. Second to last one. Right there. Right here. And this one right there. Okay. A little bit of a smoother transition right here. Okay. Maybe a little smoother right here as well. and right there. Okay, now down here in those evergreens there are still some branches that don't have needles. They're broken off. Just some stumps, and they exist in those right here as well. So let me draw those in. Maybe one is a little bit longer. One down here, couple over there, one over here, and one up here. I gotta sneeze, and I gotta sneeze. Ooh, sorry. Okay. Got that out of my system. All right. Just a couple of branches. Okay. Let's have some terrain going on where those trees stand on. Something back there as well. Let me get this entire thing a little darker. Maybe I can separate it a little bit from the background. But just generally making it a little darker. All the way in here. So something going on down there, like so. Something in here. Extend this a little bit down. Okay. Now I have to work on the three-dimensionality again. Make all the areas with an inclination away from the sunlight a little darker again. This one's almost done though. Just here and maybe down there a little bit. The difference in inclination is not very large, so the difference in value is not very large as well. Just maybe like this. Okay. Now let me get in some more lines with the 7B pencil now. Just something. Down there. Right here. Okay, don't want to overdo it, but there's one more thing I want for this drawing, and that's a bench standing right in here, looking into the valley. So I don't want to draw it in front of this really dark area. Because if I do, it's not going to stand out. Maybe it should overlap with the background or midground right here. So gotta think about how this is going to be. I need to cut something out from here. It's still in front of this very dark area, but I think since it overlaps with the midground as well, it is going to stand out and be recognizable. Just a one plank backrest right there. There's the seat right here. And then there's a connection to the ground right here and right there. All right, that's it for today's drawing. So let me clean up the edges. Gotta take away a little bit more up here. So it's one straight line, I think. Like this. And over here, gotta get rid of all that. And down here, Where am I going to make this cut? Maybe right here. Took away more than I wanted right there, but okay. I didn't really see what I was doing since my hand was covering everything. Okay. All right. Thank you for joining me. I hope you liked this scene. I hope you liked my commentary. If you did, I would be delighted if you liked the stream or the video. Consider subscribing if you find yourself coming back to my videos. I hope you get something out of them, some entertainment, some motivation to draw something yourself or get some other stuff done. Maybe it's just some background noise for you to be productive yourself, and I'd still be very happy about that. All right, with that all being said, I thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.